Hello everybody and welcome back to Autocraft. So, last episode I gave myself a bit of homework to create an iceberg biome. And I've more or less finished it. I did make an ice farm. It's like all the way over there and you can't even see it because that's how far away it is. But you know, I am a pro at this kind of stuff. So, I've got a very hollow looking iceberg in here. I'm not wanting to fall down it. But I was thinking I could do that, give it a little bit of a spiky bit, and then just, yeah, make it look a little bit less, I don't know. I don't really know what icebergs look like in real life. I've never seen one in person. But then again, it's one of those things you don't really think too much about. This is what the biome looks like. It's kind of flattish there. And I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I think it's okay. I like to think that it's acceptable. It might not be, but that's the way that I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say, once I've placed down these 6 blocks of ice. I didn't mean to do it like that. But I'm gonna say that as a done deal. Done so. I just got to update I've just got to update it on the map. So H5 is now done. Let's actually update it. Ooh, okay. That actually looks kind of impressive. I actually like that. I don't hate it. It's not the worst thing that I've got on the map so far. Definitely interesting. So now we have to head over to the biome generator to find out what we're actually going to be working on in today's episode. I do still want to do multiple biomes in an episode. And I don't just mean like the homework one and the 2 of the episode. And if you want to know any progress about the minigame, I've not made any progress because I have been distracted. Anyway, let's press the pressure plate, place back down the netherrack, and pick up the paper. Alright, let's see if I can find it. So, 4, it's a 4. Ooh, we don't have many 4s. No, wait, we do. I'm looking at the D's. So F4, A, B, C, D, E, F. We seem to be getting the right side of the map completed before everything else. So F4 is... So F4, let me stick that on here. And then go put the paper away. I am horrendous when it comes to the alphabet. So it's behind the trial chamber, okay. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic. Oh, land in the water. Oh, on a vine. So it's this biome here. Mycelium mushroom forest. I mean, I do have mycelium somewhere. But mycelium mushroom forest, that's not going to be too difficult, I think. I think all I need is, obviously, the mycelium. Some of these... Ooh, I didn't expect that to happen. Some of these brown mushroom bad boys. There we go, let's just stick that there. And I need some red mushrooms as well. And obviously I need the mycelium and some dirt. I've only got 1 piece of dirt at the moment. I don't know what Y level I'm thinking. So let's find that out together. At the moment I am just looking for any kind of mushroom, like a red or a brown one, that I can place down on the mycelium. I do seem to have a lot of brown mushrooms. I'm not going to take all of them with me. I'm going to take the 2 brown ones and then let them spread. But I do kind of want a red one. Aha! Hello, friend. I don't know where they've all come from. I don't remember harvesting this many mushrooms unless I got them from the gaming district. But one more thing I need is dirt and lots of it. And I'm going to have to do that jump again. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, excellent. I love that. Right. Now, this little fella was stuck with a block. You sorted? Yeah. And I definitely need to start working on making the storage system a little bit bigger and a bit more organized, because at the moment it works, but it really shouldn't. Hello, my little friends. Oh, I love these guys. There's something about just watching a sunset in Minecraft. It's very therapeutic, I think. Right, let's head this way. Actually, it's far closer than I thought it would be. Yeah. So, where be the mycelium? Actually, I'm not going to place the mycelium down just yet. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be below... Not like that. I'm going to have it below the trial chamber a little bit. At some point, I am going to have to be brave and do a biome below the water level. I also could do one high above the water level as well. I don't know. I need to spitball some ideas properly. Oh, actually, I should probably get the biome thing up. There we go. Not the biome, the chunk border. I'm thinking if I go up a little bit like this, so just so we can have like a cheeky little 2 there. Or 3, and then we can do another bit there. Is that the right level? No. If I do another one like that, then we can do a cheeky little level bit here. Obviously, I'm now going to need some stone as well. But that kind of connects the trial chamber to the end one. So now I don't have to worry about traversing this area too much. And you know what I've forgotten to do? I have forgotten to remove the bits on the inside. So that would be the lily pads, the netherrack ring, and the tree. And getting rid of the tree is going to be a big old thing for me to do. Well, not a big old thing, but it's going to be nice for me to have to not deal with anymore. And actually, I'll catch up with you when I've got everything put into place. That includes the dirt, and I'll see you then. There we go. So that's the mycelium put in place. And that's gonna spread, hopefully. Oh. Yes, that's a thing I forgot about. Let me just break all this so that it can't really spread as grass. And then I'll just do that. There we go. Replace that as dirt, replace that as dirt, replace that as dirt, replace that as dirt, and replace that one as dirt. Okay, so hopefully it shouldn't now spread as grass. Mycelium does spread quite quickly, I think, so we should be good for that. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't tidy up that biome over there last episode or during this week. So what I'm thinking of doing is, obviously I need to put in the 3 dirt rule from over here, because at the moment it's just a bit of a shell at the moment, which isn't too bad, but I need to make it look more organized, I guess would be the word. And then I'm just gonna do the 3 dirt rule, or 2 dirt and a mycelium. I think I might do that for a little bit. Yeah. Make it up as I go along, and then I'm gonna sort out that biome over there. There we go. Don't look too bad now, does it? I don't know. So I've added in stone. It looks a little bit weird, but I think that's just because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the bottom bit yet, or what's going to happen with the surrounding biomes. And I don't really want to waste resources. But the mycelium is spreading very nicely, and I'm loving that. So I am going to place down a few mushrooms, maybe just 2 or 3 of each just to get started, and then as the mycelium hopefully spreads, so will the mushrooms. I don't know, I haven't worked much with mushrooms before, so it's a bit of a gamble as to what's going to happen, but you guys can tell me what's going to happen in the comments down below if you want to. However, we've got the far more exciting thing to do now, which is to update the map, and I have been over and I've given that biome a little bit of a tweaking. It looks a little bit weird, but I think in the grand scheme of things on the map, it's going to look amazing. So we should be expecting F4, which is this one here. Yeah. Yeah. So that one and that one will have a little bit of tweaking. Let's have a look. Okay, that is lovely. I'm loving that so far. Wow, mycelium looks so awesome on the map. It's purple. Why didn't any of you tell me it was purple on the map? That's awesome. Right, while the purple biome starts to spread out... I'm loving that, by the way. While the purple biome is starting to spread out a little bit, I am going to pick another biome to do. Well, I say I am. We all know that it's going to be the wonderful biome selector that's going to pick for us. So, let's go for the second time this episode. Pressure plate, paper, netherrack. Not necessarily that order, but I haven't even taken F4 off this. Let's find out what the next one is. D. Okay, we don't have many in D actually. I think the only one we've got so far is D2. D8, so that's down by the skulk one. that's quite nice because there's not that many biomes completed in that quarter. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, yeah, so D4, I think it was D8. Why did I think it was D4? It's D8. Oh, date. There we go, that's how I can remember it. So if I just head all the way down this line. Yeah, because this is the D line. Hopefully. Yes, because that's the Skulk and Skulk is in Z. I know where my biomes are. Alrighty, so I think this is D8 and we have to make a snowy taiga. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the tree. That's entirely the wrong combination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press a load of buttons, take a screenshot by accident because I'm an absolute numpty at times. And I'm going to get the chunk border up. There we go. That's what I wanted to do in the first place. Gonna get rid of the things that don't need to be in this chunk. So I know around this area there seems to be a slime chunk thing. I'm assuming it's by this big boy who made 2 smaller boys. And both of them made 3 smaller boys. Actually, no, you only made 2. What do you call the smaller version of slimes? Just slimelings? Slimers? Well, that sounds very inappropriate. Maybe not that. Right, hitboxes up. Let's get deforesting in the fun way. So I'm not too unhappy with this Y level, so I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Obviously, I still need to get rid of the mushrooms. There we go. That was actually a lot quicker than I thought. I need to get rid of the diorite and the sign. But then what I'm thinking of doing is, I was thinking of getting a snow golem to stalk around the area, but I figured that would take too long and I'm lazy. So I'm gonna do the far more silly approach, let's call it, or slightly stupid approach. And I'm just gonna harvest a bunch of snow and then place it down. But first what I'm gonna do is I am gonna get some spruce saplings and just place them down. I also need to get rid of the firefly bushes because they're not in this biome. I'll leave the grass though because that is in the biome. Right, so saplings and then snow. That should be in the next clip, hopefully. Okay, so I have the trees in the biome. I'm relatively happy about them. They did all decide to grow basically the same height, which was just like 1 log on the bottom. I didn't love that, so I cheated for that one. And I just placed a block of dirt there, put a sapling on top, and then just... yeah, I cheated. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting snow in, and I kind of have to be really aware about where the torches are, so I might move them closer to the trees. I don't know, I haven't thought that far ahead. But I'm going to put some snow layers down and I'll catch up with you when I have done that. And just like that, every single tree is now covered in snow. Didn't take me too long and I'm quite happy about that, trust me. It does look a little bit weird down here, but that's purely because of where the torches are placed. And I prefer for the area to be lit up than to look in a certain aesthetic. That's in the wrong spot, that's annoying. Oh well. I might move them a little bit just so that more of the area is covered in snow, but we need to do the fun thing and update the map. That is what I call beautiful. Now there is a little spot of green over there which is a vine, so I do need to get rid of that. And down there it looks a little bit weird. And I don't know why. It shouldn't look that weird. Have I missed part of a tree or something? Ah, that's what it is. It's a single grass block. So on the maps, grass appears as like a green dot, which is why it looks a little bit weird. So hopefully if I go and update the map again, then it will look totally fine. And look at that. That is what I call perfection. Well, not quite perfection, but you know what I mean. It's the best that I can do with that biome. I might be able to find a better kind of life source, a better kind of light source at some point in the future. But I prefer for the area to be lit up than to look really aesthetic on a map. But I need to go to that pesky little green dot over there. And if you look over at the red dots over here, it looks like the mushrooms have been spreading. So hopefully they do some more of that in the future. And here is the culprits. There we go. So that should be the entire vine of that now gone. Now something that I could do in between making the biomes is getting rid of all of the lily pads and all of the trees. But I quite enjoy doing that in each designated biome because then it just feels more correct and it feels more fluid and part of the process. If you get what I mean. I don't know if I get what I mean, so if you get what I mean, congratulations. But we've made a huge amount of progress today, seeing as we've done not 1, but 3 chunks again, and we are starting to zoom through this, which means in the future I get to do more fun projects. So now we can take D8 off of that because that is completed, very exciting. And I don't know how many biomes we have left, but there are so many still to do of the ones. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a quick count of all the biomes complete and add it to the list. 23 and 24. So we are very quickly approaching the halfway point. And I've got a feeling, seeing as we've done quite a few of the easy biomes, we're going to be left with really difficult biomes and chunks to do. But this area is definitely starting to come together. It feels a lot more connected. Well, unless you look over in that direction, which is a bit of a mess and a work in progress, definitely. But I think what I'm going to do is the same thing that I did last week, and I'm going to find out which biome that I need to really sort of gather resources for. So last week I set myself homework. I'm going to do kind of the same this week, even though I really need to start working on stocking my shop. So pressure plate, I really just love doing this. So we've got the papers here already, so it might be a duplicate again. 5, it probably is a duplicate if it's a 5. H. Yeah, H5 is the iceberg, which we did technically today actually. Wow, okay. Yeah, so let's put that back. Is H5 the biome? The iceberg? Yeah. Oh yeah, quite a few of H is done now. So what I need to do now really is just do that again, but better. Right. Paper has been collected. So it's a 3, so this looks more promising. H, oh my god, okay, never mind. Right, paper acquired. A7. Which is below the oak forest. So let's find out what A7 is. So what I can do now is I can find out what biome A7 actually is, and then in between the episodes I can start gathering the resources for it, and then next week, or next episode you see, we'll actually start building it. But I've got to say, it's going to be nice working on another land biome, seeing as I had 2 ocean ones to do today. And I've got to say, I really love how the mycelium looks on the biome map. It's so pretty. Okay, so this one is A7. So I need to make a dark oak forest. Oh, that's quite fun actually. And I need to go down by 2 blocks. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, because this one's a really high up biome here, I might go to the lower level down here where that stone is. And that's where I'm going to kind of start to make a functioning sentence or a biome. But that's going to be something that I need to work on next episode. For now, all I need to do is just start gathering resources like dark oak saplings and more stone and more shovels. Oh, I'm definitely going to need more shovels. So thank you all very much for tuning in. Okay. So thank you all very much for tuning in for today's episode. I really need to start working on the netherrack. Okay, let me face the other way. So thank you all very much. So thank you all very much for tuning in today's episode. I have had an absolute blast, and actually I'll just let you guys watch these two swim around and have fun. I have had so much fun building the biomes and having to make an ice farm for it, as well as just watching the mycelium spread, and honestly that was far more fun than I'll ever care to admit. But I just wanted to say thank you all very much for tuning in for today's episode, and in your face much, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Whenever that may be. Goodbye.
Oh, breaker's down. That's great.
Oh, that's one of the stupidest deaths I've ever had. Didn't mean to die. I was just trying to get a thumbnail.
It's interesting he died in there.
Heart, shut up. I'm watching Heart's stream at the moment because I genuinely wasn't expecting to do anything proper.
Come on, do something.